Hello and welcome to our lesson on dividing radicals. It works similarly to when we're multiplying radicals. Things that are under radical symbols get divided and things that are outside of radical symbols get divided. So in question A, we have the square root of 42 being divided by the square root of 7. If I try to evaluate those individually, I get decimal answers, which isn't so nice. When I go to simplify it and keep it in its radical form, to make it look prettier, we could do 42 divided by 7, and we get 42 divided by 7, we get 6, and we keep that under the radical symbol. And we'll just leave it like that in our simplest form. For the next question, we have a 9 divided by -3, and 9 divided by -3 is -3. So that stays on the outside. And then under the radical, we have the square root of 56 being divided by the square root of 8. So we take 56 divided by 8, we get 7, and we keep that under the square root sign. And that's completed. Likewise, we can do that for the next couple of questions. I'll give you a moment to do that. Please press pause now. Hopefully you've had a chance to complete the rest of the questions in the first part here on dividing. If you have, I believe you should have an 8 root 9, but the square root of 9 this time we can actually evaluate to be 3. So we have 8 times 3, which is 24. For the next one, -12 divided by 3 would be -4. 48 divided by 6 is 8. 8's not in its simplest form because I can write that as the square root of 4 times 2, which from our rules the other day would be the square root of 4 times the square root of 2, which then could be written as square root of 4 is a 2, square root 2, and we get -8 square root 2 in its best form. For the next one, I have 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then I get 75 and the square root of 48. Now, that does not divide nicely. However, I know that 75 could be written as 25 times 3. And I picked 25 because it's a perfect square. I've already done the 8 divided by 2, so I don't need anything out in front of the square root here. And 48, I believe, is 16 times 3. And when I do that, I'm going to get 48 square root of 25 square root 3 over square root 16 square root 3. Some of you will be taking fewer steps by now to simplify these. And then we have 4 times 5. So the square root of 25 is my 5, square root 3, over square root of 16 is 4, root 3. 4 times 5 is 20, root 3 over 4, root 3. And if I have the square root of 3 divided by itself, that just reduces to a 1. And 20 divided by 4 just equals 5. For the last one, I'll just write it beside here, we can probably do the same thing. I'm thinking 12 divided by 3 is a 4. And 96, I'm sure there's a perfect square that will divide 96. How about, well, let me skip that for a moment. 54 is the square root of 9 times 6. Let's see here. I think 36 times 3